Three, two, one. And we're live here at Exit Realty. We're about 6 minutes out from our training today. Want to thank everybody for showing up. What we do here is Friday train day, I guess what you call it. We'll be having a live demonstration from Lion's Desk. Thank you to Zoom for providing that for us. And later on, we'll be at 11 o'clock. We will be doing e-listing. I want to thank everybody for showing up. It's a great Friday, and let's get moving, huh?
I mean, it's one thing to say, I don't want to use an agent, and blah, 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 you know, and they go through that. But if you could see, I mean, just in, I don't know how to but just in the bills that are coming up and all the things that we're going to be fighting for to protect your rights as the public, we're looking at probably another 30 bills that are going to hit the table in June, July, somewhere in that range. It changes every week because they've gotten used to us coming out of Sacramento. So a couple of years ago, they take their break right when we show up. So now we kind of tricked them last year, and we came a month early, and it kind of shocked them all. So, but you're talking about 2,000, 2,500 agents going to Sacramento and spending the time, and this is all volunteer, but we spend the time fighting for what we think is right for the public, and to defend the seller, to defend the buyer, and these things are written into law, but we fight for what is right for you. And the problem that we see, and why I go back every year, I've done it for 5 years now, is the fact that bills that don't pass, you find a year later they're stuffed into a bill that they're pretty sure is going to go through, and it's the tail end of it, and it's kind of that whole pork thing that people talk about. So if it didn't pass here, they're going to shove it in. So that's what's so important about us going
Somebody has to pay attention.
Got to pay attention, and I tell you, I didn't realize the value of it until I started doing it. And now I actually love it. I enjoy it so much, but I think it's so important and to educate everybody in this. But people need to understand. You always hear the little dig about they don't do anything for their money. Why do I pay an agent all that money? Well, that agent does a lot, and part of it is that money that we make, we put back into the system. We put it in there and pay for these things that come up to the surface so that we can fight for what's right for the public. And it's a big deal. So what I'm going to try to do is go this week, and then maybe on our next show, or after that, after everything gets broken down, because we go to caucus the whole time we're there. Caucus meaning we meet with our whole region, and everybody puts their opinion into what they heard. We debate it all. We come up with a plan, and we fight for it all year long. And it'll happen now. It'll happen again in June, and it'll happen again in October. And at the end of the year, we vote on everything. What we feel is right for the public, what we feel is right for agents. It's just risk management, pro standards, land use, and environmental impact. All these things are something that we deal with on a regular basis. So, I just want to be able to bring that back to everybody and start early in the year and kind of get them an idea of what's going to take place all year and how hard we do fight for them.
Outstanding. Well, the local board gets input from local realtors on issues that come up, and that goes to our committee people. And then you guys go to the division, and the division passes it on to...
Well, it becomes...
Believe it or not, we have lobbyists that are in the legislature every single day.
CAR, California Association of Realtors, is actually set precedents for just about everything that happens on the national level.
Everybody looks to California.
And exactly. And so we usually step out first. And then if it works in California, then it'll be spread throughout. But we actually have 2 NAR events, which is National Association of Realtors. So what we learn and fight for in the beginning here, this is a CAR event that I'll go to, we will come up with a footprint, for a lack of better, of how we are going to fight for the year. And then what we believe in, we present to NAR.
Right.
So we actually go from CAR, California Association, to NAR and present our opinions to our peers there, and just kind of come to an understanding throughout the year as to what kind of
that what I'm coming out as?
That's what.
All right. Well, my mic on this side's working, so.
But I never did hear your mic.
Do I hear a ringtone?
A little bit. I hear a little bit.
Closed or future. So just follow these instructions right here. We have more information in the online help. If you just go in, type in CSV or import contacts, you'll find a lot of info on that. And we're going to go ahead and choose the file here.
Turn this down. I'm getting it.
Sample CSV, so I can show you guys how this looks, and then we'll continue to step 2. Alright, so it says 7 rows found, first name, last name, email, phone number, contact type. These should be all of your rows and columns. And if you would like to import each and every one of these, you just go and match them. So you go first name to first name, last name to last name, email to email, phone number to phone number, whichever one it may be, or cell phone, mobile phone, contact source, hotness, so on and so forth. You just match which ones you would like. Once you're done, go ahead and import all data. Should take about 30 to 90 seconds, and then you'll see it in the contacts page. But I'm going to go back to the profile here. Now, you can always export LionDesk contacts, and you can always find duplicate contacts. Now, down here is the Google sign-in. So you can sign in with your Google account, pull over your contacts calendar in your mail, straight into LionDesk for your viewing. And if you need more information on that one, it's really easy. Just go into online help. Same as anything else in here. I'll show you really quick. Type in Google. First one should be Google Sync. Go ahead and click on Google Sync, and you're going to get the step-by-step instructions on how to do that. All right. Down below is your subscriptions and limits. So this is where your emails remaining are going to show, your text remaining monthly will show, video text remaining for your account. Those of you who have a CRMLS account, you'll have yours here as well. And those of you who are on paid subscriptions too, you're going to see here whether you have the Pro or the Pro Plus. These are going to be all your limits. So you can also manage your subscriptions and limits from here. So if you would like to subscribe, you can click on Manage Subscriptions and Limits. But before doing this, I would recommend sending me an email. If you guys want to write this down, my email is christian@liondesk.com. And my direct line is 760-501-8582, extension 111. And we can go over special pricing since you guys are in the demo and level 1 webinar here. I can give you 30% off of your first month, or an annual discount if you're looking into that as well. So again, it's christian@liondesk.com. Send me an email if you want to get signed up or subscribed at the end of this, and I'll give you that special pricing. Now, you can also just go in here and purchase anything that you would like. We have the Pro, and then the Pro plan and the Pro Plus plan. Give me a second here, guys. All right, guys, sorry about that delay. We have so many people in this chat, or I mean in this this webinar, that there's a few other people trying to get in and they can't access it because the cap is at 100 something. So looks like they'll have to join the other one. I got that message that you just sent through. Repeat your phone. What do you mean by that? And let me send through my email for if you guys want to get subscribed and use my discount code from this. There's my email. And we're going to continue on the pricing right now. This is the Pro Plus and the Pro Plan. You can do the monthly or the annual. Like I said, I have discounts on all those right now. If you go with the Pro, you're still going to have to purchase the custom number, and you're still going to have to purchase the additional text. So if you are looking to do texting, I would just go with the Pro Plus, just because you're going to get more bang for your buck there, and you're not going to have to purchase this additional stuff. So the Lion Desk custom number comes down to your area code. You can choose your area code and from a list of numbers that we have, and you're going to see that in here in your profile. Let me close this out really quick. Lion Desk custom texting number. You can choose your area code and from a list of numbers that we have. If not, it's going to be a 954 number that you can just use for a couple text messages here and there. That's basically a test trial number for you. But once you get the Pro Plus, you're going to get this number. If you get the Pro plan, you're going to have to purchase the number separately. So let me go back in here. This will be your invoices from your purchase, and this will be your account info with your card on file, update credit card. And for you guys, CRMLS, those questions that you just sent through, the pricing for CRMLS, since you signed in through there and you went in through there, it's a free trial plan that doesn't have a limit on it right now. You just have very limited features. So, or not features, I would say more limited emails and texts. So you only get 1,000 emails per month. And if you need to log in as a CRMLS member, you can log in through your CRMLS. And then the other question I have coming through right now is, can you pick which Google calendars show up if you have multiple? You could sign in with one, but it's only going to do one at a time. We're looking into that for Lion Desk V2 to have multiple Google logins, multiple email logins. As for right now, just pick your most used one and use that one. You cannot use your cell phone number as the custom number. That other question you just sent through. This is just, your cell phone will just strictly be for click-to-call features. So you use your cell phone to call from your account, and then the Lion Desk texting number is strictly for texting and receiving calls and transferring them to your cell phone. So like I was saying, guys, I won't be able to get through this if I have all these questions coming through, because it's just, there's so many of you in this webinar. There's over 100. So I will try and get to some of these questions here, but I will have to go through this, and maybe I'll go through them at the end, because I'm just getting stacked up on questions right now. So let me finish off this profile page really quick. The service is free for CRMLS members if you sign in through your CRMLS. All right, so I'm going to continue on through this profile right now. You can use the private Facebook group for users. This will be a place where you can go in and connect with others and get updates on what's new with LionDesk. Over here, you're going to have your regular account information, your name, email you can change, website, cell phone. We went over the LionDesk texting number. Time zone, you want to make sure you're in the right time zone there, put the right one. And for texting times to receive new lead alerts to your cell phone, you can either put 8 a.m. and 8 a.m. That'll keep it at 0. You won't get any. Or you can put it in the hour that you would like to receive them. If you don't want to get daily alert activity email, go ahead and put no there, and that should work for you. You won't be getting any of the daily activity emails, which would come from your dashboard. Now, the introduction this is going to be more in level 2, and it ties into properties. So if you're sending out property information, this will go with it. Now, the email signature, though, on the other hand, is really important. You want to edit the email signature to get a photo in here. You can use this editor up top to do the text and all that, but if you want to get a photo in here, you're going to have to click the image and paste the URL in there. So if you guys need more help on that one, you can always look it up in the online help, and you can get in touch with support through the online help as well, and they can help you get that set up. All right, and that's pretty much it for the profile. So now I'm going to go ahead and go into the contacts. And before I go into the contacts, I'll try and answer as many of these questions as I can right now. If you need more information on how to sync your Google account, just go into the online help and just type in Google Sync. How many users do we have utilizing the platform? We have over 20,000. I think we're at almost 30,000 now. And we just signed with CRMLS, so we just added on thousands upon thousands of more agents. So we have a lot. Is there a link to sign in through CRMLS? No, you'd have to go into your CRMLS and sign in through there if you have the connection to your CRMLS. So if you already have an account directly with LionDesk, can I cancel and go directly through CRMLS? You can, but you're going to lose all your features and you're going to lose any pricing that you have already that's would technically be grandfathered in, because our pricing has changed and went up a little bit on certain things. Service is free to the CRMLS members if they signed in through there. If we have a team, can they both share one CRM account if they have different MLS accounts? No. So Kelly, send me an email and I will help you out with any of the team setting stuff. That's what I specialize in. Go ahead and email me at christian@liondesk.com and I can help you out with that. But no, everyone's going to have their own account, but we can connect those. Rick, if you're having an issue with your Google account, I would definitely just get in touch with the online help support team. Schedule a time with them or a call and they'll go over that with you. There is no option for a ringless voicemail at the moment. Does the number transfer all messages to our existing number on iPhone? No, you'd have to use the mobile app. So it'll put all of the messages in the mobile app. All right, so now that I got through some of those, I'm going to have to go into the contacts now. I still have some more on the Q&A board. All right, I'll go into those after as well. All right, so contacts page here, you're going to have your filter, large filter at the top. And these are things that you can filter by upon what you've imported your contacts. So if you add a new contact, this is all the stuff that you want to put in to keep them organized. So you can filter them and market to them directly through the bulk actions. So basically how that works is when you have your contacts in here, you can search them or filter them and search them that way. And then select them, which ones that you would like to send an email to or do certain actions for. Either select all of them or select just a few. Go to bulk actions and you have all these bulk actions features. So email, text, see it says text 7 selected contacts, or text all 483, email 7 or email all of them, add an activity, add task, add campaign, add tags, modify hotness and statuses, sources, all that good stuff. You can create shipping labels here, and you can also delete contacts. Now, when you create your filters, you can create save filters. So once you've created your filter, you can just go create new save filter and then save that so you don't have to input all that information every time. And also the columns here are at the top. So these are all of your columns, right? And you can move and arrange those by clicking columns here. You can kind of move these around and organize them the way that you want. And move these around here over to the right hand side if you'd like a new column. And then just click update table when you're done. We also have the LionDesk power dialer that works the same by just selecting all your contacts and then clicking on the power dialer, dial selected or dial all. Dial 10 selected. It's going to pull up your contacts here, allow you to dial through them while working and editing their profile page, and then jumping to the next contact and call. So this is an extra fee. It's $59 a month on top of what you're already paying. So just keep that in mind that it's an extra charge. If you would like to include your team members' contacts after you've set up your team, you can do so by including the team member contacts here. And we're going to go into the profile really quick of the contact just so I can touch base on this and show you. On the profile, this is something that you guys are going to have to look into and kind of study almost, but this is where you're going to have all of the information for each contact. You have your custom notes over here on the left, custom contact fields, and you'll have your contact activity timeline on the right. You can add new activities to the timeline by clicking this button, and then this is where you can do other options here, other actions. You'll also have your tasks down here on the right and autopilot drip campaigns running down here at the bottom. I don't have time to go into these right now, but if you need more help on it, you can always get in touch with support, and you can look into the online help. We have some training little clips on those. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move back to the contacts page. And just keep in mind that you guys can use the click to call feature here. You can click to call mobile or click to text, just a single client, or you can click on the email. So if you click on their email, you can send an email out with your email signature right away, put in the subject. Right, and then it's going to that email. You have your templates on your left that you can also click and it'll just autofill them, the subject and the body, if you've had these pre-made or if you use the ones that we have in there for you. And then you can send them out immediately You can schedule them, schedule this email, or make it reoccurring. So this is where say if you wanted to schedule a birthday email, this is where you would do that. You just go in, find your contact, click on their email, and then schedule it for their birthday. And then you can also make it reoccurring for their birthday too. All right. Okay, now we're going to move forward to the communications, and I will try and answer those questions that you guys have here in a minute. All right, now on the send and schedule emails, this is just like the email template I just went over, but you can just jump in here under communications, put search the contact, enter it, click on your templates here and send an email out really quick. Now you can also, you can schedule them here like I showed you as well, and then you can view the scheduled emails here. So all of your viewed scheduled emails will be right here. But now the more important tab that we're going to go into is the texting center. And this is going to show you all of your activity for your recent texts. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I have so many people trying to log into this webinar right now. Now, all activity here would show you all of the contacts that you've been texting, and then contacts who have just replied. You just check there, click on the name, and this will show you. You can just send a quick text out from here or read their information. And it's as simple as that. You know, all of these texts will come right into here, and then you can manage them from here. This is why one of the reasons it's nice having the custom number, because then you can just manage everything from here. All the texts will also go into your dashboard, and they'll go into all your contacts' unique profiles too, and you can view them and text them from there as well. But this is just a way to easily manage your texts and see who has replied and all activity. Now, moving forward to the power dialer sessions, this is just where if you purchase that power dialer, this is where the history will be for the power dialer. Show you all the recent calls that you've made. And video management. So this is a really important one for you guys. You can record a video, upload a video. If you record a video, emails can be no longer than 2 minutes, and text no longer than 20 seconds. You can record it right from here on your computer. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about this. I have a lot of stuff coming through here. Okay, so moving forward, you can upload the video too. So just from here, you can upload. They can be 3 minutes maximum for the emails, and then text no longer than 20 seconds still. But if you want to upload them, you can browse your files here. And then if we also have a free MP4 format converter down here. So you can use this to convert into the MP4 format and then browse your files and upload them. Direct mail features rolling out pretty soon. You can purchase the direct mail credits already and start building your direct mail templates, but this will work for sending out actual pieces of mail, so direct mailers, you know, to send out actual letters to your contacts via campaigns or just direct, you know, one letter at a time. So you can get more info on that, more information on it in the level 2 where they go over marketing and where you can build those templates. All right, guys, I'm going to jump into some of these questions right now. A recording of this is available in the training videos area and the online help. And we also have a whole new set of training videos. If you guys want to email me for those, I can send those out to you. Again, here's my email. And they're all bite-sized, so it's like bite-sized step-by-step training that we just came out with. And I'll send those to you if you email me directly. And I can also, like I said, go into the special pricing since you were just email me, say, hey, I was in the webinar, I want to grab the special pricing, and I'll get that to you as well. When you text, what number shows up on the cell or custom number? When you text that, what number shows up on the end on that? So it's going to show the custom number, and everything that comes back is going to go to the custom number, but then it's going to be reverted to your any calls that come back will be reverted to your cell phone, but any texts that come in will go into the app and into your account. Can I connect and integrate my business phone line using the LionDesk API to receive screen pops when receiving inbound calls to contacts? That's I'm just going to give you a straightforward answer on that. Yeah, you should be able to through Zapier, but if you need like direct help doing that, just go into the online help, schedule a time with our team. And you can just go in, it's right here too. Let me show you guys where to do this. Go in here to the online help, click on the need support headset. And then click on submit hero, or make an appointment and submit with the support hero. Click here. All right, moving forward on these questions. Yeah, there's a recording of this webinar available in that online help section as well. What email address appears on their end? It's the email that you put into your profile. That's the one that will come up on their end. If the client responds to a drip campaign, does the campaign automatically pause? And if so, can you restart it for the individual client? You can set that up. There's more info on that in the level 2, and in the online help. Just go in there and just click or type in pause or stop webinar upon response. It can be stopped if you set it up that way, or it can keep going. Outlook email through Office 365, not Gmail. You still can connect the two for like calendar stuff, but not not in the not like Google Connects to pull over contacts. So you're gonna have to definitely go through Zapier or something else. Zapier is Zapier. Go check them out, Zapier.com. You can connect a lot of other apps and things to LionDesk through them. Oh, guys, yeah, I appreciate the thank yous. No problem. This is the busiest the webinar's ever been, so it's just bear with me. Yeah, you can separate. I'm looking at that contact or the message there, Tracy. You can separate contacts, but not by property you're interested in. I would say that you would just separate them by tags. That's the best way to do it. And we have all of our custom columns and custom fields and everything that you can do and use to separate and organize your contacts. So that's going to be in the contacts page. You'll see that. There's a bulk text. Will the text number be blacklisted? No, I don't think so, because of the fact that it's going through us and we're providing the number. I haven't heard of any blacklist issues ever since I've been here, and I've been here for a year. So is the audio still cutting in and out? When it comes to your monthly text limit, I'm seeing this, Emmy. If you go over your monthly text limit, do you get an extra charge, or can you no longer text clients? You can just purchase more text. If you go over your monthly limit, you can just purchase more. But keep in mind that it will add on as a monthly charge. So if you plan on, sending a lot of text, or you think it's always good to have more. So I would just recommend for everyone who wants to use LionDesk because of its low value, just to go with the Pro Plus anyways. You're going to get so much more bang for your buck. You're going to get everything that you need in there. And it's only $49 a month. For CRMLS members, you have that special pricing of $39 a month. And if anyone else needs to get signed up today, I can give you some discounted rates. So go ahead and email me at the email I sent through. Can I send leads from RedX or Sales Dialer straight to Linus? Go and check Zapier. I'm going to send that through to Zapier.com. And they should be able to help you get those in. But if they're not under our direct integrations, which I'll go into in a second here, then you'll have to go through Zapier. So now that we've finished communications, we are going to go into settings. I do have a few more questions to answer for you guys under the Q&A, but I'll get to those in here in a second because we're running out of time. All right. Your lead sources are going to be here on the left. This is where you can add your own custom lead sources by just clicking new source or edit. You can add new custom fields. Just simply add a custom field, type in the name, and then select which data it will be, text or number. Custom call dispositions. These are all basically things that you'll see on your contacts profile page that helps you manage and view them easier, and you'll see them on the contacts tab too. So just keep in mind you have these things you can edit here. Lead distribution and team settings. This is the most important page here that's a little bit harder to get into. This is where your lead import setup will be, and this is where all of your leads coming in from other places, from third-party integrations here, will go in and basically go directly to a drip campaign automatically of your choosing. So you'll select the lead source provider, and then click Add New Lead Routing. but you need to know which campaigns that you have, and you want to use for these clients. So basically, make sure that you know your drip campaigns pretty well, and then you can add. So this one will just do buyer drip campaign. Say we're getting leads from agentology that are buyer leads. We'll put buyer drip campaign. We'll select the distribution type, which if it's just for yourself, individual, but we have team rollout as well for if you set up your team on the right. And when these leads are automatically imported into LionDesk, the following source will be added. So you just choose that. It should be the same thing, or whatever you want to use. You would just have to add this in your settings. So wherever you're getting the leads from, you can add it into your lead source. All right, then you save lead routing. And you'll see it here. So the lead type, Zillow buyer, the source added Zillow, and the autopilot drip added, which just says none, but normally it'll say which one right there. On the right, if you would like to set up a team, update distribution rules, do all that good stuff, you would want to create your team first, turn the team sharing on, and invite team members. So it's easy. You just put in the name of your team. Boom, you'll see it right there. Invite team members, turn team sharing on, and then you can update the distribution rules if you're distributing leads to them. Okay, so now it'll look like this with your team members. Under round robin, you select the team and then click round robin or time-based rollout. These are the two different distribution options. You can be the agent who's being distributed leads to can be notified call, email, and text, or just one of them. And then you can also use the claim option here, which is must claim lead on their own, or you force auto claim, so you force them to claim that. All right, and if you guys need more info on this, I know that I'm kind of rushing through because we have so many questions to answer and so many of you in here today. You can go into the online help, simply type in any of these things, team settings, and you're gonna get the instructions on how to do it too. Here, let me, yeah, it'll be under managing a team. Leads team reporting, managing a team, just simple things. Just put in whatever you need there. Lead import. This will go into the Facebook. How do you import Facebook lead ads? And we're going to go into that next right now. So the third-party integrations page will show you all of our third-party API keys. These are all of our direct integrations. So you can go in here if you use any of these. Like I said, Zapier's right here. If you use any of these, you can just come in here, copy the API key, go in, put it in their website, and you'll be receiving your leads and information that you've set up on their site into LionDesk. It's that simple. If you need to view the API key, just click enable, disable it, and then we integrate with BombBomb, Brokerman, IDX Broker, Zillow Lender Leads. If you need to look into these or want to see them in your account, bring the API key over to us and put it in here and then save the keys. All right, now Facebook settings. Facebook lead ad pages. I went over how you can find information on how to connect this. It's really easy though. You just click connect to Facebook, put in the information for your lead ad pages, and then it should all auto-populate into here, and you should see it all, and then you can verify the subscriptions and kind of edit the source map, all that good stuff. The last tab, sub-account admin. This is for you guys who are emailing me, who I had, I told you guys to email me about teams. This is where you'll put in your team members under your sub-account if you're paying for their accounts, and we'll go into that more. If you email me, I'll teach you guys how to add those in there, and I can help you get your team set up and get you the discounted price. If you have teams of up to 80 to 100 agents, you can get 44% off per account. So it's almost 50% off per account. Keep that in mind. Once you have a team of 5 or more, we can get you 20% off per account, and there's some other ranges in between the two. The emails, I'm seeing that question you said, why are the emails from Line Desk aren't going out in real time? They are going out in real time. They may be set however you set it, or however the drip campaign is set up to be going out timed differently, but they definitely go out on time. That's for sure. All right, so before I answer these last questions in the Q&A, we have the online help here. And like I said, you can search up anything throughout Line Desk in this search bar, tasks or campaigns. There's a lot of good stuff on campaigns. You're going to get creating an autopilot drip campaign, applying a drip, editing. So we know to search those up in here now. 10 steps to success. This is a very helpful link to help you guys just get up and running right off the bat. Watch the video, follow these steps, customize your contact table, integrate your lead sources. This will help you just get completely set up. Navigating Line Desk, training videos. This is where most of you signed into the webinars here. We have more training videos on the left. And then if you want to email me directly, I can send out that that new link to all of the training videos that were just made with the step-by-step little bite-sized instruction videos that are really helpful too. One of our guys just made that. Now, support, they're always there for you. Make an appointment with a support hero, click here for a phone support, or just send in your question or request via email and they'll get it completed for you. All right, guys, now the last thing is the refer a friend. So you guys can create your own referral link here and actually get money back if you have a lot of other people who want to join that aren't on your team or aren't going to be under your sub account admin, and say you just want to kind of throw it up on your social media. And if anyone signs up using your referral link, you're going to get 15 back, and they're going to get 15% off. So it'll show you right here, $15 cash back and a $15 coupon code towards their subscription. So you'll have those here. Just make sure you kind of read into it. It's awesome. It's really beneficial. I mean, it can take money off of your account every month, or even make you some money, extra cash on the side. We do pay out referral commission. Will be paid on a quarterly basis. You will receive an email from Line Desk PayPal account to your deposit your earnings, and this will show you where you're at. All right, guys, I'm going to go into the chat here and see what's going on. Support is not 24/7, but we're looking to have more so time with support. We don't have a discount every month, so if you'd like to take advantage of it, send me an email. I'll send my email through one more time here. That's pretty much it for the level 1 demo. So I'm going to answer these questions and then we're going to close this out pretty soon, but we can go through all these questions right now. Just email me and I'll go over the discounts with you. But yeah, we can go over those separately. For the Pro Plus, do I get all the features, or are there additional fees for certain features that you mentioned? You'll get all the features with the Pro Plus. You get the custom number. You get 20,000 emails per month, 2,000 texts per month, 100 video texts. You also get white labeling for your email. I mentioned the custom number. The only other thing that anyone has to purchase after they purchased an account would be a Pro Plus account would be the power dialer. It's the only extra fee with the Pro Plus account. So, I mean, you get everything, but if you want a power dialer integrated in, we have that as an option for you guys. And yes, we do have access to this video to watch on your own time, done by Sierra. and that is in the online help under the training videos link. I can go into the power dialer one more time, yeah, and then I'm going to go into the Q&A questions. The power dialer is a direct integration. It's our power dialer, LionDesk power dialer. You just select your contacts, go into the LionDesk power dialer, dial the selected contacts, and it allows you to dial. It'll call your cell phone number, and then you use your cell phone to go through these and dial through these contacts. While you're talking to each contact, you can edit their profile. That's all there is to it, and then you just jump to the next call. For the free CRMLS, what do you get? You get 1,000 emails a month, and then you get 100 total texts and 100 or 15 total video texts. Anything else you'd have to add on? Custom number, you have to purchase an account to get. Bryce, I see that question you sent through. Email me at christian@liondesk.com and I can give you the special pricing on the Pro Plus. It's just a discount code just for today for the webinar, so you can sign up. If you go over your text in the Pro Plus, does it roll over to the next month, or do you purchase more texts? If you go over the 2,000 texts that you have per month with the Pro Plus, you would have to purchase more. But I mean,
can you hear me okay?
Normally it would be pretty hard to go through those 2,000 texts because you're only allowed to set 100 texts at a time. Paul, I can't go into the campaign for seasonal greetings. That's under the marketing. You could look that up in online help and look that up in the marketing. They go over that in the level 2 demo. Can leads from realtor.com and other lead generations be transferred into LionDesk? Yes, of course they can. We can get those set up under the set.
Hey, not sure if you can hear me or not. James, if you can, let me know. I'm going to type in a message in our chat, and if you can hear me, let me know. I do show that it looks like yours is set to muted, but I want to make sure you can hear me okay. Let's see here. And I have a chat window open. I'm not sure on your end if you see that. There should be a little area for you to chat with me if for some reason that you can't see me or can't. James, if you are in the meeting and you can hear me okay and you just can't communicate back, maybe the mic or something is having a problem, you can actually call me direct at 573-579-9101, and we can work that out. I'll type that here in the chat as well. Or if you guys are just waiting to get started, that is perfectly fine too. It's not quite 11 a.m. yet. Hello, this is Catherine. Okay. Ooh, okay. Let me see if I can turn that on for you. Because I'd like to be able for you guys to just stop and ask questions. And I'm using a a new chat service, so I apologize. We're kind of learning together here. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, and I can see that you are on the meeting. For some reason, it just doesn't want to let you be able to talk. Yeah, we can do that.
support, what kind of laws that we think are good for California, plus good for NAR. So Tim Brigham is our rep for NAR. He's done a phenomenal job in the past, and he stays very much on top of it. So he is our representative, our voice, if you will, for NAR through our region. So it's a long process. It's a big process.
It's never ending.
Never ending. Exactly.
It's
because
never
it'll
ending.
happen now.
Yes.
We will fight hard this year, and the things that kind of we either put on a stay situation, they will hold them over for another time. But we have to always have eyes on that. So a good example is kind of our $150 that we do for the cost of business. That is something that every agent really should contribute to, because that's what supports the people to go and fight for the laws and the rules and the organizations that we feel are important.
Like I said, we actually have, as the California Association of Realtors, which filters down through all these boards, have lobbyists at the legislature all the time, both national and federal, keeping, and it comes back the other way.
Exactly.
So we find out where that little paragraph that's tucked into that safe playground equipment bill that is going to eliminate property tax write-offs and things. I mean, the legislature seems to be sneaky about how they do some of these things.
There's attorney general bills. There's there are Senate bills. There are assembly bills, and those, especially the attorney general bills, is something new in the last couple of years. And what that is that's a test ground. Okay, but so they put an attorney general bill out there, and then they get all the negative input on it, and so the things they know are going to be a problem, they will pull that bill, so it'll never go to Senate or Assembly, and they'll tuck it in behind another bill that they know is going to go through, or let's just say, for instance, back when we were trying to get the tax credits for California, okay, in order to get those tax credits for California, we also had to pass another part of that was going to be kind of not to anybody's advantage. They were just tagging it on, so it didn't happen, and we went a year without that, and it finally came around. But oh my gosh, it took the whole year to get it passed, because this portion that they were adding onto it, we had already shot that down a year before. So we had to pull that off. So it is an amazing event. It is something that people should be aware of. Realtors fight very, very hard for what is right for the individuals. And I think we need to get more credit for that. So that's why I want to present this.
Again, part of our pledge is to protect the individual property rights of citizens. So if you are a realtor, get involved with your legislative committee. Make sure you pass along anything in. If you're a consumer, feel free to talk to a realtor about what's going on with the laws and things, because we got to keep up with it. Absolutely. Thanks, Dan. We'll see you when you get back.
Thanks,
I'm acting like he's gone for a long time here. We'll be back in just a minute. Don't go anywhere.
There are things in life that cause us to hesitate. But once we do them, we're overjoyed that we did. Markets are changing and interest rates are still low. If you're thinking about getting into the real estate market, now may be the time to make your move. Every market's different. Call a Realtor today and visit Realtor.com.
You know, for real estate agents, there's not much financial security. When the only income streams are taking listings and making sales, agents tend to live paycheck to paycheck, spending their commission in advance and rarely saving for the future. You're only as good as your last transaction, and when you stop selling, your income stops flowing. But all over the US and Canada, real estate professionals have discovered an additional revenue stream that fills in the gaps between closings and gives them a financial future that has never existed in real estate before. This new revenue stream is called sponsoring, and it's made possible by Exit Realty. Through sponsoring, agents earn residual income by introducing other agents to the Exit system. It's not a multi-level scheme. It's a proven single-level system that works a lot like it does in the music and insurance industries. You do the work once and get paid over and over again. For example, Mary is an agent with Exit Realty, and John is an agent with another brokerage. Mary thinks that John would enjoy working at Exit Realty too. So she introduces him to her broker, and he is hired. At Exit Realty, he will immediately start on a 70-30 commission split. That's 70% to him. As a reward, Mary will instantly receive a residual bonus paid by Exit Realty Corp International every time John closes a deal as an Exit Realty agent. Mary's bonus is the equivalent of 10% of John's gross commissions, and Mary's bonus doesn't affect John at all because it isn't paid from his 70%. So if John is producing $50,000 a year, that's a realistic annual income. That's an additional $5,000 every year in Mary's pocket. That $5,000 quickly grows to a much higher number when you start multiplying it. If Mary sponsored, say, 10 people into Exit, all producing $50,000 a year, that's an extra $50,000 a year on top of her own commissions. Now imagine Mary's bank balance if John earned $75,000 or $100,000 a year. It sure adds up. By the way, when John's commission hits $100,000, his commission increases from 70% to 90%. The money is flowing everywhere. The great thing about sponsoring with Exit Realty is that when Mary decides to retire or take a break from real estate, her 10% residuals automatically turn into 7% retirement benefits. Finally, a real estate company that cares about your retirement. For as long as the agents that Mary sponsored continue working at Exit Realty and are closing deals, Mary will continue receiving the equivalent of 7% of their gross commissions. Plus, when you join Exit Realty, you designate someone special as your beneficiary, and should anything happen to you, all of your sponsoring residuals instantly turn into the equivalent of 5% beneficiary benefits, so your loved ones are taken care of. Exit Realty agents get a piece of the action from the 10% sponsoring residuals and true peace of mind from the 7% retirement benefits and 5% beneficiary benefits. So just imagine, if you sponsored 10 people into Exit Realty, each earning $100,000 a year, that's $1 million in your bank account in 10 years. Could you do anything with that? What are the chances of you having $1 million in your bank account doing what you're presently doing? And with Exit, you can be confident knowing that you're backed by a top award-winning brand with world-class training and digital marketing tools. A company that's dedicated to helping you and the agents you sponsor achieve success. Exit Realty is the formula that works. You owe it to yourself and your family to take a closer look.
Well, welcome back. We're here with Rick Hackney this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Very well, thanks.
Well, it's actually afternoon when we're shooting this. In case you can't tell from the weather, it was snowing just a second ago.
Yes, it was.
We got a little bit going here today. Rick, you've been in an appraisal business for
25 years.
25 years. Last week we had the county assessor on telling you about how they value your house. Now we're going to take a look at how appraisers do that and the different types of appraisals.
Sure.
What to do before the appraiser gets here and what he actually looks at. Before we go there though, where are you from originally?
I'm from Southern California and came up to Big Bear when I was in junior high school and high school just to ski, and then discovered Big Bear in the summertime in the late 70s. And
got you, didn't we?
Yeah, and moved up in 1980, and it's home and never want to live anywhere else.
Okay, very good. Single man? Married?
No, married for 30 years.
30 years. Get kids?
No kids.
No kids?
A dog.
Same thing sometimes.
There you go.
Yeah, very good. So what got you started into being an appraiser? What'd you do before this?
Well, I came to Big Bear with a real estate license, having never sold real estate, and sold real estate for 4 years in the early 80s.
Yes.
Which was a tough time to sell real estate. Interest rates were 20% and higher. So it was a tough time to break in.
Yes.
And so I started looking for other things to do, owned a couple of small businesses, but I really liked real estate, and I had invested in real estate for myself along the way. So the opportunity came along in 1989 to become an appraiser, and I went for it and just loved it from the very beginning, and enjoy it up to today.
What's that process like? How much schooling is there involved? And
well, now there's quite a bit of schooling involved. I think to have the appraisal license I have, it requires a bachelor's degree. When I became an appraiser, it was prior to licensing by the state, and there really were no requirements other than the lenders
We're back on the East Valley with Dan Bathurst of Exit Realty for this week's real estate stats. Good morning, Dan.
Morning, John. How you doing today?
Marvelous. And yourself, sir?
Doing great.
Still a little chilly out there, isn't it?
Very chilly. Very chilly, you know. A ray of sunshine didn't do me any good today.
But the real estate market's heated up a little bit this week, hasn't it?
Just a little bit. You know, as long as things are moving, we're doing good.
Good. What do you got for us this week?
Residentials, we're doing a little better. We sold 20 more units, so we're at 760 this week.
Wow. 20 closings this week?
Pardon me?
20 closings this last week?
20 closings this last week. So
that's pretty good.
That's a good improvement.
Yeah.
And that's based on the average home at 1,468 square foot at $146 a square foot on an average home of $227,484. Sorry about that.
Very good.
And on the market for 117 days.
So that's staying about the same.
That's staying about the same, yeah. And it's still down from last year, and you know, so we're just going to plug along here and keep things going.
Very good.
We'll go on to the short sale and foreclosures.
Okay.
And we're at 371. That's up 11 from last week. So those are kind of unpredictable. You don't know when they're going to close,
sure.
But we're just glad they are. And that's based on 1,371 square foot home at $114 a square foot, and the average home selling is $159,439.
Okay.
And then we've got lots, and lots are just a little bit different. Lots are going to be, we've sold 3. So that's a good move for lots. And that's based on 14,644 square foot at $11 a square foot. And the average sale is 82,353.
Wow, very good.
And that's on the market for 205 days. So
appreciate that information. And again, if people want more than this, because there's a lot more stats out there, they can get in touch with you directly?
Yes, they can get in touch with me at 909-878-0522, or they can contact me on my website at bigbeardan2@yahoo.com.
Very good, very good. We got a couple more minutes here. Real quickly, 30 seconds or less, can you tell us what is a short sale? A lot of talk about that out there.
Basically, a short sale is an agreement with the lender that you're going to sell your home at less than what's owed on your loan.
Hence the short part.
That's the short part.
Yeah.
It's an oxymoron because it isn't always that short.
Okay.
But it is getting better in the short sale market. The banks are understanding that they need to move fast. The idea is you're trying to close the gap of that deficiency. So basically the idea is so you're going to get taxed on that deficiency. So rather than go to foreclosure where it could be a larger gap, a short sale is just offering you an opportunity to close that gap.
Okay. So. And again, I know as a real estate agent, you're not giving us financial advice or legal advice or anything, just something to look at.
Not at all. For your particular situation, if that's something you're considering, you do need to seek legal counsel to find out what the particulars are for you.
Okay. Because either way, pretty much in a short sale or a foreclosure, you're not walking away with any cash in your pocket.
Not at all. Not at all. It's just a matter of trying to close that deficiency gap. As you know, the deficiency is forgiven for right now to the state of California. So you're just basically paying taxes on whatever that difference is.
All right. Very good. Well, thanks, Dan. And I guess we'll see you next week. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you very much, John. And you do the same.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Take care.
No matter where you are around Southern California, you're only a tank of gas, round trip in most cases, to an amazing alpine lake, Big Bear Lake, home to rainbow trophy trout. We're going to show you how to not only catch them, but local guide legend John Cantrell is going to show you how to think like a fish. But first, here's a look at this week's catch.
John Cantrell here with Think Like a Fish. Wow, where did the summer go? It's like, well, we're here to the last big hurrah, which is Labor Day, just around the corner. One thing about Labor Day, I guess on Saturday it's a free fish day. No fishing license required. Come on up and drop a line and take the kids out and do a lot of fishing. Fishing's great. The catching might be a little slow. We're going to be sharing the water with all those jet skis, water crafts, and it's going to be kind of like a cork in the ocean. But the fishing will be great. You'll enjoy being out here with nature and seeing bald eagles and people going around on their water crafts and stuff. But anyway, make your reservations, get on up here. So what's going on with the rainbows? Well, been kind of slow. It's like they flip a switch and then they'll be back on again. One day it'll be a morning bite, next day it'll be the evening bite, so it's kind of difficult to try to figure out what's going on out there. But what is working has been red magic, pearl bikini, metallic perch in the needlefish line, and of course the El Natural, half a night crawler, still working. And the depths not to penetrate, probably not much more than 15 feet. Trolling around, the fish have still been running pretty shallow, anywhere from that 3 to 4 foot on the top water. Hey, I've been flatlining a night crawler up on top, paid off for an 18-inch and a 20-inch the other afternoon. No, I guess it was the other morning, no, I won't lie to you. Like I said, he goes back and forth. It'll be a morning bite, afternoon bite, but the other day was pretty good on the top water. And then it's just nothing really consistent about it. It's kind of like a lottery. Your warm water fish, your largemouth bass, your smallmouth bass, starting to figure out that maybe winter's going to be coming here, and they're starting to get a little more active along with the crappie and the bluegill. We did get a plant of bluegill, and we've seen some activity on the bluegill. It's just trying to find a junk pile that they're hanging around. Water levels are down, 16 feet 10 inches. Won't be long, we're going to hit that 17-foot mark. It looks down there at the dam. You can see part of the old dam now, the one that was completed in 1884 at 52 feet down by the boom line. So yeah, hopefully we'll be getting some water this winter. It is what it is, and we just have to deal with Mother Nature and whatever she ends up giving us. So if you're bringing your boat up with the water levels down where they're at, the east ramp is basically closed. The west ramp is going to be kind of a mess, parking and getting your boat in the water, wait your turn, get it in. Once that parking lot fills up, hey, they're using Captain John's. He's got a lot of area over there. It's not too far away. It's a lot closer than the east ramp. So try to get up here early, get a boat in. If you do get the boat in, try to get up to one of the marinas where you can leave it in and you don't have to pull it every night. It could be kind of a mess. This is the end of the season, and we expect a lot of people coming up for Labor Day, just around the corner. And don't forget, the Western Outdoor News is having their big thing on October 6th and 7th, right here in Big Bear Lake. That's going to be kind of the end of the season. And the water temperatures are, this week actually didn't heat up and didn't cool down, which tells me that, yeah, fall's on its way early. Big Bear Lake is a migratory trail for birds. Seen lots of birds coming in early. Not sure what that means. It could mean wherever they're from is in for an early winter, or we're in for an early winter. I'm leaning on wherever they're from, but who knows. But the birds are starting to show up really early. And the water temps didn't heat up, didn't cool down. As we start to get in this next week, we're going to be in the middle 70s down to a low of about the middle 40s at night. And I guess with the sun exposure and that lack of heat, the lake should start cooling down about 2 degrees a week, which means sometime in October, when the Trout Fest is going on, probably we'll have a pretty good bite. We should be close to that 60-degree mark, and the fish definitely, the rainbows, will key in that winter's coming and start feeding again the closer we get to that 60-degree mark. And this year, the Western Outdoor News kind of figured out September was not a good time for their tournament, and moved it back to the October date. Therefore, I foresee a better turnout and a better number of fish in the Western Outdoor News. So don't forget, the worst day of fishing beats the best day of anything else. We'll see you at the scales.
No matter which side of a real estate transaction you're on, buying or selling, all anyone needs is a little clarity. Exit TV. You don't have to like it, you just have to know it.
And we're back here at the Exit Live Studios, and we have a great friend with us. He's been here for a while, even back on location. Remember,
Yeah.
He's always come and always has a great bit of information. We do have Tom Veneto.
Veneto, that's right.
Hey, I always get it right. And he is the lending coach. So, you know, and I brought him in today because we really wanted to talk about interest rates. You know, all the news out there is right now is about interest rates, or, oh, what does that mean to me? And, you know, me and Tom talked many times about a lot of things about interest rate, and this came up. I said, man, why don't you just come on down today?
Yeah.
And so let's start off by, like, what's an interest rate?
Sure. The interest rate is what borrowers pay for money.
Okay.
Strict, that's all it is. I mean, money's not free, right? If you want to get money,
yeah,
we're going to charge a percentage. Any lender is going to charge a percentage of that money
to get a
return.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
It's a money game.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, with interest going up, is there a reason why it's going up,
Yeah.
or?
No, it's a good question actually, and I've been asked that a lot recently.
Yeah.
And what we're seeing in the marketplace actually is a bunch of good news. There are three main reasons why I think interest rates are going up.
Okay.
I think first of all, is that economic good news, right? We've seen real wages increase for the first time in about a dozen years.
I know, that's...
No, it's great stuff. So that's putting more money in people's pocket.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're having a tendency to spend that, which is good news. Corporations also are making record profits, and they're passing that back. You'll see a lot of that, right, to their employees.
Yeah, we're seeing the bonuses,
That's
we're
right.
seeing things come out. So, and this is more money into the economy,
That's
right?
right.
On a macro level.
That's exactly right. So we're seeing some good economic news. What happens then, though, that starts to put inflationary pressures on the economy.
Yeah.
In this case, it's relatively slight because we've had such limited inflation over this kind of long recessionary period.
10-year period.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the Federal Reserve tried to spur economic growth by essentially making money very, very cheap.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Right? So in this case, we're now starting to see some inflationary pressures.
Okay.
And with inflation comes higher interest rates.
Of course, it costs more money.
There you go. So that's the first thing. Secondly, the Federal Reserve is undergoing a course called quantitative tightening. Now, that's kind of a technical term, but you might remember about 10 years ago, they started a program called quantitative easing. They wanted to push money into the economy, and they did that by buying mortgage-backed securities and treasury bonds.
Yes. The
Right?
10-year notes. Yes.
They did that, right. So they did 10-year notes, that's exactly right. So what they've been doing now, starting in October of last year, they started to limit their repurchases. So their balance sheet of these mortgage-backed securities and bonds are getting smaller. So that's changing the supply and demand curve in the bond market. Right. So bond prices go down, so the demand is going down, and the yield goes up, and the interest rate follows that yield.
Okay, so like usually a good gauge is like the 10-year note. Everybody knows, anyone that you read the 10-year note.
Right.
Where do you see that going? What you know, does that affect my loan? I'm a realtor, so you're a mortgage guy.
Yeah.
So let's talk something we know. A guy comes and buys a house.
Right.
And he bought it 5-6 years ago when interest rates were really, really low.
Yes, sure.
Okay, and now he wants to refi. That's going to cost him more to get that loan refi, isn't it?
It is. And so what happened in September of last year, the 10-year Treasury was at about 2.3.
Yeah.
We're now seeing it at 2.8, 2.9. My guess is it's going to go to 3 here relatively soon. And that's probably anywhere from a 1/2 to a 3/4 point adjustment in interest rates.
That's a big move.
It is a big move. At the same time, it's not such a bad thing, and I'll tell you why. Property values are increasing at even a faster rate than those interest rates are rising. So there's money to be made, and that's really what's happening. Wealth is being created, and the interest rate is just catching up.
It's just doing a matter of like chugging along with the economy.
Absolutely.
It's a side effect.
Absolutely.
Now, where do we take it from here? Like, say like, because everybody wants to get in, right? And get before it gets high.
Yes.
How would they do that? We all know how to go to lendingcoach.com, apply
Right.
online.
Right.
Okay, so what's kind of the process you do? Okay, I applied online. What do I do?
So the next thing is I'm going to gather a bunch of financial data, right?
Okay.
Whether that be tax returns or W-2s and pay stubs, and I got to make sure that you're eligible to live in this country and buy a home. So I'm going to need a social security card and driver's license, that sort of stuff. And then I'm going to actually just do some analysis based on that. I'll pull credit, be able to test out your score, all of your liabilities, including the potential new house.
Yeah.
And then we'll see if we can qualify.
Because that's where people don't really realize. That means more risk in the market. That means less people are buying government-backed bonds, and they're buying more mortgage-backed securities.
Right.
And so your opportunity to probably grab a loan right now is probably one of the better times to grab one.
Totally, totally. And what we've also seen is Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, the large government-sponsored enterprises that buy a fair amount of these mortgages on the open market.
Yeah.
They've allowed higher debt-to-income ratios.
Wow.
Last year it was at 45. Now it's at 50. They've also done stuff with student loans, being able to discount how much is applied to your debt-to-income ratio. So really now is a fantastic time to buy. And you know what, James? What's interesting? The difference between the interest rate at 5 1/4 and 5 1/2 on a $200,000 loan, I'm not sure if it's $50.
Wow. You don't hear that.
Right.
You just go, oh my gosh, that's
And by the way, the interest rate is a very big part of the transaction, but so is the term, right? So are you going to buy some points? You can bring that rate down by bringing a little bit more cash into the transaction.
No,
There's a lot that can be done.
I even heard things about gifting now. People can gift funds. Now, see, this is where the economy. This is so funny how it's really a show how the economy's moving because people are willing to take more risk.
Totally.
And so that's a big part of the reason why I think that it's going to go up still. But I still say I remember the days when there was 8-9% interest.
Oh, so I got to tell you my favorite story.
Okay.
I got married 25 years ago, and my wife and I bought a condo.
Okay.
So this was in 1993, and we got a smoking interest rate of 9.5. We thought we were stealing something because it was one of the first times that anything was bought under 10, under double digits.
Yeah.
So. Really, honestly, they've been so low for so long.
We've gotten used to it.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
The other thing is too, you got to remember what we're seeing in property valuations.
Okay.
We're seeing anywhere between 5 and 7% per year.
Year over year.
Year over year that you're seeing in growth. What's great about that rate? It's not a bubble type of rate. We're not creating some sort of artificial bubble.
Yeah.
Right. The supply is still relatively limited, so we're going to continue to see very sustainable. Growth rates in property. So let's say your interest rate is 1/4 or even 0.5% higher.
Okay.
You're still making so much money on that investment.
Yeah.
Right? It's completely worth a 1/2 point.
Oh yeah, because you're getting it year over year, you're getting 5.5. Say if you're paying 7%, you're gaining
you're winning on the deal.
You're winning
completely
instead of losing. Well, we wanted to make sure we got our good friend, the lending coach, in here with us. We're gonna make sure we got things to do together as going forward.
Absolutely.
Like I said, he has a website. You have questions. I mean, I asked this man what to do. He's a great friend of mine, and I want to thank him for coming in. If you ever want to come in, come on the monthly thing or whatever you want to do, man, because you're more than welcome to come.
Well, what I would like to tell folks is that you can find me at lendingcoach.net. I'd highly recommend too that you take a look at my blog. It's got a ton of different pieces of information, ranging from the interest rate piece that we talked about to what we can expect to see for first-time home buyers, some of the different loan programs that are out there. It's really an educational site, and I'd really encourage you to go there. And also, if you like baseball for any reason, I would go there just because you can see some great baseball content.
Thanks so much, Coach.
You got it, buddy.
Have a great day. Thank you, everybody.
We don't know what our house is worth.
Let me help you with your pricing strategy.
The paper is winning!
I organize sales contracts for breakfast.
Really?
I heard baking cookies would attract buyers.
I'll handle the staging.
The best offer is out here somewhere. If I only had a
prepared comp evaluation, let's do this.
California real estate comes with a lot of questions. The first one should be, who's your realtor?
Heading into the backcountry and real estate are a lot alike. The rewards can be fantastic, but no matter how many times you've been up that trail, it's always a little different. And in today's real estate market, things are changing so fast, what you